Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/ContinueShow. Audible has over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. This month, we're recommending The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. The movie is coming out in a couple weeks, and the book is a great way to get a sneak peek of what you're going to see. Also, fair warning, spoilers. Duh. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/ContinueShow.
This is ContinueCast.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the ContinueCast. My name's Paul.
I'm Nick.
Oh, Josh.
And we have a very special guest list today.
Can you guess who it is?
Could you guess?
Can you guess, Internet?
I don't know.
You're right.
Oh.
They're all right.
They're all right.
This is like Dora the Explorer for adults. Nick, you really threw me off with that quick Nick.
I was trying to get it in there real quick. I think I was kind of loud too, so if you're deaf, sorry.
Whoopsies, quick Nick Murphy.
You deaf, bitch!
ContinueCast is the twice monthly podcast where we play an old school game and let you know if we would continue or game over. The first episode is our first impressions. The second episode is our final verdict. This month we are playing Beyond Oasis for the Genesis.
Yeah.
And that is what we're doing.
If you're watching on YouTube, you're probably like, we're in a gameplay footage yet. But we're not doing that, so next.
This is a podcast, audio only.
Yeah.
Come at me with something different, Internet.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing that comment.
Get some new game, Internet.
Yeah.
Get some new game.
Come at
Bring
us,
it.
bros.
So we were just discussing Party Mix.
Oh, we weren't recording that party mix conversation?
No, we were recording it, but that was pre-roll. That was pre-roll
okay.
stuff.
You're going to save that for like another...
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we should let people know about that or if we should talk about it afterwards.
It got a little heated.
Should we Tangentcast that?
I don't think we should
No.
tangent.
We got another
It
thing
got-
lined up
it
for
got
Tangercast.
It got real heated. In summation, Chex Mix, great. Luke and Paul, I'm not a fan of the Chex and the Chex Mix so much.
Yeah.
Chex by itself, yes. In the mix, not so much.
Let's paint a picture here. The way that our podcast is set up is Nick and Josh on one side of the table and Luke and I on the other. That was not a seating arrangement chosen because of our choices in life.
Or
It-
Chex Mix.
But
Yes.
or Chex Mix or anything, but it turns out that it was a perfect match because
It makes sense.
because Luke and I always agree,
Yeah,
and Nick
it's
and Josh
true.
always agree.
Dude.
And Paul and I are very comfortable sitting next to each other.
True.
We have a long history of
That's
being on the
true.
same side of the table together.
That's true.
Wow.
The epic boobs moments we
true.
always sat next to each other.
That's very true.
It's been a really nice go that we've had. I like
Yeah.
our relationship.
It's very good. It's a nice,
Oh my God.
it's a nice table side manner.
You know, we should probably get some party mix for the next one.
Yes,
to share
I was thinking
on our side
some
of the
party
table.
mix. Little nacho chips, some cheese puffs,
You
Rye chips for sure.
rye chips.
You
for
gonna put
sure.
each other's dicks in there and stop sucking on them?
Whoa!
I don't like dick chips in my party mix. All right.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Other side of the table.
yeah,
because I'm-
this side of the table, dick
I
chips
love
for life.
dicks. What?
There's like the microphone wires are like the Mason-Dixon line
Yeah.
dividing us.
They're like, yeah.
We're the North. We called it, bitch.
You can't be the North. You
we
can't
accept
take the
everything.
You can't take the non-racist part. You
You
can't
guys are
do that.
segregating. You guys are segregating
Yeah,
checks.
you chose that lifestyle.
No, I didn't
No,
choose.
you know what? Okay, we're Mexico. We're just not part of your nation.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we're gonna buy that shit for $25
We're Native
million.
Americans. We're Native Americans, and you guys are trying to run us out of our lands, North.
Yeah.
Way to
My
go, North.
God.
You ever hear about Minnesota? You know what they
Never,
did to the
dude.
Indians over there?
Fucking Mexico Purchase,
Messed
whatever
up
it's called.
shit.
Louisiana
Purchase. we win.
Mexico purchase.
Mexico
They purchased
Purchase.
Mexico. Leave them alone.
The Louisiana Purchase of Minnesota. Who could forget? I believe that was with Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
And then Lois and Clark went exploring.
I believe it was actually Sokotoa. That they,
Sokotoa.
Krakatoa.
Krakatoa. No, it's Sokotoa. What's Krakatoa?
Volcano.
Yeah, Krakatoa.
Oh, that's right.
The biggest
Sokotoa's-
volcanic explosion in human history.
Right, that's right. Sokotoa is the math thing.
I don't know what that is.
It's like for finding out like angles.
Yeah, sine, cosine. You know
Sine,
what I'm talking about.
cosine, tangent, right?
That's Pythagorean theorem.
No, what's the thing that's like the it's Sokotoa.
Quadratic formula.
Yeah, I think it's Sokotoa.
Yeah, Sokotoa is
Sine.
it's in algebra and trigonometry.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's as far as I gotten, Matt.
It's a way of helping us remember how to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of an angle in a right angle.
Who has shit coming back into his brain from high school?
Damn.
Luke does, because he
no.
reminded me.
Wow.
Luke
good.
does.
It just happens. Like I have moments, like Alzheimer
Like
moments.
flashbacks.
Yeah, seriously, I'll just be sitting here and just be like, War of 1812. Just like
That's good.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
because I don't remember that stuff on a daily basis.
Dude, math,
No.
yeah. There's nothing left of math in my brain.
There's no
It's
need for
gone.
it.
I don't need it.
Love math.
I know you do. You're really good at it.
Math is great, but when do you need it?
You know what? Here's a little peek in the Nick Murphy life. I was afraid that I was like forgetting things because I have like a terrible memory for some
Yeah.
reason. So there I was like 22, 23, 24 years old or something. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do SAT answers just so I remember that stuff forever. And I kept trying to do it. And then I was
This
like,
makes so
I
much sense
forget
to
all
me.
this shit. Fuck it.
You wore your brain out at an early age.
I just like forgot. I was like, bro, I forgot everything. Fuck it. I gave
Once
up.
I found beer, I was like, math be gone! Like, it just goes.
They should call it Math Be Gone.
Math be
Yeah,
gone,
math
yeah.
be gone. It just disappeared.
If you're not a programmer or a math teacher, drink some Math Be
You don't
Gone.
need it.
You don't need it anymore. Wash that shit out of your brain.
Oh man, you can even use it while you play Beyond Oasis.
Let's talk about Beyond Oasis. Or before we talked about Beyond Oasis, you want to talk about next
Chex
month?
Mix.
No, let's talk about what we're going to do next month.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Tell them
let's
what's
do
up
that.
with next
So
month.
we're going to try a little bit of an experiment next month for the ContinueCast. And instead of doing one game for the whole month, we're going to do two. And what the two games are going to be two newer indie-ish titles that you can get on either PC or I think one of them's on Xbox and one's on PS3. The two games that we're
Get
going
them
to do.
on Steam
You can definitely get them on Steam
or consoles.
or consoles. I don't think both
Mark of
games
the
are on.
Ninja is not.
And Retro City Rampage is on one.
Is on one. Yeah,
So
those
like
Which one are you playing first?
we're gonna do Retro City Rampage on the
Okay.
first week, and I know that that's available on Steam, and I believe that's PS3.
PS3 right now and the Vita right
the
now.
Vita.
It will be coming to Xbox Live, but not in time for anyone to play it with us on the show.
Right.
So sucks for you guys.
And the second one that we're gonna
Also
be doing,
available on Steam though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
also
so
available
you
on
got
Steam. And if you have
PC.
I don't think that game looks that taxing. I don't know what the requirements are, but I can't imagine
It's not on Mac version.
It's not on Mac. Oh,
Nobody uses them anyway.
Yeah, well, go
Except us.
buy it on Steam.
Retro City Rampage is available for Xbox Live,
Oh, is it?
PS3.
No, it isn't.
It's probably not available yet.
They
It's
probably-
going to be
yeah.
available.
They probably just put that on there to say that.
I don't know, dude. Says on October 9th on PS3 and all that shit.
Maybe we are so wrong.
We've never been wrong before, but
That's
this could
the
be the
first.
first time.
That's the first. Never happened before.
So we're gonna do that, and there should be ways for you to get it. If you don't have a computer to play it on, buy it on Steam. Then go to your school's computer lab because you're probably all in
Yes.
college, or if you're not in college, you know someone who is in college, and you can go to their computer lab.
Yeah,
And
did not come
install
out on
it.
Xbox Live yet.
It's
Okay.
On their website, it's got that shit on there.
This is
It's
another instance of North and South,
All right.
man.
Luke knows. I trust Luke. I trust Luke. 'Cause
I'm an expert in this.
I trust Luke because he's on my side of the Mason-Dixon table
Yeah.
line.
You have
Yeah.
to. You got to go with what you got,
This is
man.
my brother, so my table bro.
Yo, listeners out there, which side would you pick?
Get the don't
Come
don't
on.
pit
Oh,
people
man.
against
Come
each
on.
other on us.
Do you want to be on the right side of history?
all gonna pick your
this
side.
or the wrong side of history?
All right.
That side.
I saw Lincoln recently. I can solve this.
Second game we're gonna be playing.
Do you want to be
I don't
Lincoln
want
or Tommy
to let Josh
Lee Jones?
get away with this. I don't want to let Josh get away with this. The second game we're going to be playing is Mark of the Ninja, which is also on Steam. and it also has racism in it. And it's also on Xbox, I believe, right?
Yes, but not PSN.
But not PSN.
Okay.
So,
First game, Retro City Rampage.
yes.
Play that for next week.
Play that for the next 2 weeks from
2
now.
weeks from now, yeah.
And then the next one will be Mark of the Ninja, and we'll be playing that, and we'll be discussing it. It'll be a similar thing. Send in your thoughts. So what's the date for that? Pull up a calendar.
Yeah, I got
Give
it.
people a date where they can email us in their feedback for
We
each
really
game.
wanted to play Hotline Miami.
We wanted to play Hotline. I actually played it. I bought
Yeah.
it, and it's really fucking
Yeah,
cool.
but it
Um,
wasn't available on enough consoles and
Yeah.
platforms.
Yeah, it's a little too limited right now, so we held off on doing it.
All right, so we'll need your thoughts on Retro City Rampage by December 10th. It's a Monday.
Okay.
So give us your email stuff by then.
And then for Mark of the Ninja, we'll need it for, I guess, the 24th,
A
right?
little bit.
Yeah, like Christmas, before
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, before Christmas.
Yeah.
So get us.
Christmas time.
It is Christmas time. And that's sort of our reasoning behind this
Yeah.
whole switch was we were like, oh, well, we'll do this. We'll play some newer games. It'll give us a break from playing one full, like, longer game.
Yeah.
And what we figure is we'll give an impression on it, and if we say continue, it will probably be a good recommendation to either buy it for somebody, buy it for yourself, or ask for it for Christmas, or use your Christmas money to buy that game. Yeah. So check out those games with us, and we'll all share a little experience together.
It'll be great.
It'll be fun. So let's get on to Beyond Oasis then.
Beyond annoying.
I really wish we had some sweet bumpers right now.
Beyond Oasis.
When did we get sweet bumpers?
That was badass, dude.
That was a great bumper that we got.
Hear that?
Oh, Luke's a little upset.
That's the ocean.
Also, before we dive into this, we need to hear from our sponsors.
Oh, yes.
The original bumper.
The original bumper. Luke is a little upset.
Come on, Grandpa.
Good crack.
Jizzed on my face.
It's got a
Monster, jizz on your face.
It's got a pop shot from that monster.
Pop shot.
Monster pop shot.
Monster.
What's that tagline?
Today's episode is brought to you by Monster Energy Zero Ultra. 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra flavor.
Nice.
Whoa, very nice.
I'm really liking this podcast today because we had a lot of foreplay. A lot of podcast foreplay.
wow.
I got a fucking
Giving away
raging
all the
boner.
secrets, man.
I got a podcast
How
boner.
to properly please a podcast.
Well, you know what? I think people should listen. This should be the blueprint for a good podcast.
Yes.
I actually
Talk about a bunch of bullshit, almost kill each other, and then start your podcast.
I actually I would like to hear what people think because I like the preamble that we just had. Tell us what you think because sometimes we've been trying to get right into it and right down to business, but let us know if you like a little preamble before we get into it.
I'm pretty sure they're going to vote yes on
I think so.
Talking about tangents more.
Yeah, that's true.
Knowing the fan base.
Knowing our audience.
I think especially when it's got monster jizz
Yeah.
in the description.
God, it really did pop shot my face.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Burning. It got under the glass.
It's like the fucking the Peter North of monster cans.
So is that guy still active?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah?
hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, you got a cannon like that, you're still active.
Okay.
He got started young, man.
Yeah,
he did. When it comes to porn, dude, it's hard to put a timeline on things.
On for male porn stars, absolutely.
I think on it. Well, yeah,
No,
female porn stars, you kind of like.
Female porn stars, you
got
can
an
tell
idea.
because the more work they're getting done, the older they're getting.
Dude, Jenna Jameson, man.
Yeah,
The
she
fuck
went
happened?
bonkers. She went crazy bonkers.
Dude, the fuck out of
I
here.
don't know.
She does not look good anymore.
She looks like.
Jenna Hayes is like our age.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's still very beautiful.
She's retiring now.
Unlike me.
How crazy. Like, if you're
That's
a good
crazy.
porn star, retire at like 28, 29.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done.
You probably have to do something else. I don't know.
You sell sex toys for the rest of your
No,
life.
I
Yeah.
think she's
Branded
like
sex
directing
toys.
or something.
Oh.
No way, really?
Yeah.
How hard can it be to direct porn?
And action fuck.
Yep.
Do it.
Okay, cut.
Keep
Stop
fucking,
fucking.
Make
fucking,
sure
keep
I can
fucking,
see
keep
the
fucking.
penis going in. Because then it's not porn.
And
Now, come
we'll
on
get
now.
this,
Let's-
and then we'll go under the ball coverage.
Then we'll get
No.
on
Let's
the ball
be fair.
camera.
No.
Now, how would you like it if people? How hard is it to make an episode of Continue?
Not hard.
assholes.
if comparing it to a porn thing, it's probably the same thing. Shoot
Yeah.
for an
Yeah.
hour, and then
Yeah, but you
And
guys
then
just
jizz on
have,
each other.
You
Jizz on
guys
each other,
have you guys have steady camera and
Yeah.
and footage. You know,
Yeah.
we're talking. We gotta change angles.
Yeah.
We got timeout.
got a match cut. Yeah,
The vagina's worn out.
Yeah, that's
I need to ice it
true.
down.
get the
You know
skunk
what?
cock.
You know
Put
what?
some cocaine up there.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
got to
they do.
fluff every now and
Yeah.
then. You're
Yeah.
right. There's a lot of work.
Yeah,
that
there's
goes
a lot of
into
work
it.
into
finesse.
it.
It's taxing.
They deserve to have the AVNs. I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's you know.
We shouldn't have said that.
I
We
still-
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I still
Absolutely.
I like
want
how we just
a
backpedal
crack
porn
at
directly.
writing one.
We're just like, no.
You wanna
porn
crack at writing a
directors,
porn?
Yeah.
Yes, because
It's not hard.
no, I want to crack at writing like a real
Like a good
Like a
parody.
narrative?
movie. No, like a movie.
Like a parody porn or
with
like a
porn.
like a movie
Like Debbie Does Dallas.
Like an action
Oh.
movie with all kinds of hot
That'd
sex.
be
Like
sweet. Like Pirates.
The Notebook of
Yeah.
fucking.
Okay.
no, because that's
Like
lame.
Crank.
Okay.
Crank too.
Like Crank,
Yeah.
Dude,
but
Crank
with
fucking.
more fucking.
Yeah. That's hard.
That's pretty good. Where they put like a bomb. They put like a bomb in his chest.
In
right?
his dick chest.
Oh,
And he's got a
bomb in
bang.
his dick. He's got a bomb in his dick, and
Yeah.
he's got a bang.
He's got a
every
jizz.
If
5
he loses
minutes.
his boner, it blows up.
Oh,
Yo, shit.
So
So
he's
shut
got a-
this
he's got
podcast
a
down.
chain
We're
fuck.
writing that.
We're done.
Hang on, let me call Digital Playground.
That's
See
what
what
we'll
they're
call it.
doing.
We'll call it chain fuck.
Hang on, get
No,
Wicked
no,
on the
no.
phone.
I mean, like crank is like another word for dick. It should just be like
Yeah,
crank.
Crankshaft.
Crankshaft.
That's great.
dude.
That's really
Call
good.
Vivid.
Yep.
Get Wicked.
Wicked.
Hello,
Dude,
it's
Digital
Paul
Playground's
again.
great. Digital Playground's pretty good.
Digital Playground has some of the
I already
best
have-
contract stars.
I already have a porn that I wanted to do. It's called The Penal Experience, and it takes place in a prison.
That's hilarious.
gotta be a thing.
That's
though.
not. I looked it
That's
up.
gotta be
The
a
penal
thing.
experience,
There are
dude.
porns that take place in a prison.
But there's not one called the penal
One
experience.
called the penal experience.
I had this idea.
What about
for,
the
like,
penal Paul experience?
the penal ball experience? I had this idea for a porn site, right? Okay, so there's like facial expression or not face recognition software,
Yeah.
right? So what if you could like upload a picture of like, be like, that chick's really hot. I want to see a porn star who looks like that chick.
Yeah, you talked about
Mike
that
and I
before.
were talking
Dude,
about this.
it would be like Shazam of porn.
we call it pinch hitting.
Pinch hitting.
No, that's right. That's
Because
right.
you're pinch hitting for the person
I
you
talked about it
want.
with you and Mike. That's
Yeah.
Oh
right.
no! You know what you do? You use that thing that already exists, where you put in a picture and it's like looks like
Yeah.
blink.
Wait, there's a thing like that already?
Yeah.
What is that?
It doesn't work.
Not
Your
for
idea.
porn.
Your idea is probably about 6 months out
Yeah.
of actually happening. I would say.
We need to do this.
Well, yeah,
You know what else we need to do? We should probably actually talk about the game.
Oh yeah. We
yeah.
played games once.
We've been going for like good 20 minutes without talking about this game.
14.
No, that's
All
not true. We said Beyond Oasis.
That's true. We
Yeah,
did
we
talk
said
about
a
it
couple
on
times.
We
our.
talked about the next episode,
Yeah.
so like 10 minutes of tangent.
All right, we'll get into the game. We'll have more tangent. At the
All right,
end.
here
We'll
we
get back
go.
to this porn talk. At
You
the
know,
end.
to be fair, this Sunday people are going to be getting a lot of continued content.
That's true.
That's true.
So, I mean, you could deal with us yammering on about porn movies we want to write
Yeah.
for a few extra minutes.
That's true.
But let's do this. So we're gonna do a real quick glaze over of story, graphics, and
I'm
sound.
still thinking about porn.
We're still thinking about it. We're gonna do
glazing over
We're
a
gonna
girl.
do a real quick pop shot of the story, graphics, and sound, sound and music. So let's do the story real quick.
There is none.
There is none.
You get homework assignments and then you go do them.
No, there's a little story.
There's
a little story.
Because
Because you run into the dude, the silver armlet guy.
Okay, can we talk about that real quick?
What about? Let's talk about it.
Dumbest fucking name.
The silver
Really?
armlet.
You can call a guy Silver
It
Armlet
sounds
and
like
your
a
gold
pulp,
armlet.
like a pulp novel or something.
But they don't even
Yeah.
call you by your name anymore. Isn't your name Alibaba?
Yeah.
I thought it was
just
Prince
Ali.
Ali.
Prince Ali.
Prince Ali.
And then that
Way to
name
be
goes out the
racist.
window. That name just goes out the window.
Yeah.
It keeps
Oh,
coming up. The only
Does
person
it?
who calls you gold armlet and silver armlet are
Or
Oh, that's
that
right.
guy
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
and you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the wise old man up on the fucking hill that one time. You see
Yeah.
that guy.
The
He's like,
wise old
silver amulet is back at house. Like,
Oh, I thought he just like has terrible English. I didn't realize he was calling you that.
The whole game seems. No, the game
I
does
thought
have.
that he was just like, oh, Silver Armlet is back at house.
Yeah, you thought it was like English.
No, I thought it was like
There's some
like,
English
yeah,
in this game.
There's a little bit.
broken English kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much. Not geologically.
You don't want
specifically.
Not geocentric.
English. Yeah,
portion.
geocentric.
Yeah.
Right. But just terrible at spelling English.
Right.
Right.
Terrible at spelling English. Like I am
Like
terrible at talking English.
Right. No, there's some bad word in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some
Bad
bad
word.
word. Bad word in this.
Yeah, it can get pretty poor. Like just like when you beat him on the boat and it's like it always says he did blank and you're like, what? Like what are you talking about? Like
Yeah.
like why are you talking in the third person? Like
It
who's
just-
talking? Who's the narrator here? And then it'll go on. It won't do that. Then it'll go back to talking like oh, Ali went to this.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
It
it's
kind of
just
like
all
goes
over the
back and
place.
forth.
I try
between
not
how
to
it
read
narrates.
any of it because I was furious at
You
most
realize-
of the time.
Yeah, you realize it's ridiculous.
No, I was just mad playing this game. This game
right.
made me mad.
Oh, we're gonna talk about being mad at this game.
uh-oh.
Dude.
Tides have turned. Oh man.
Dude.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah. They're usually the two people
Yeah.
that are like able to just be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep going on with this
Yo,
game.
You guys are
pissed.
the biggest game pacifists.
Yeah, we
So-
are.
We are.
And
We're like
dude,
real
they
life
came in
pacifists.
furious.
Dude, we were all talking online last night on Facebook.
Mhm.
Josh and I were pissed.
Yeah, the
man.
pacifist and the furious. That's
Yes.
what it is.
Okay,
Porn title.
Porn title.
we'll have to get into that with with
Gameplay.
gameplay. But let's do graphics real quick. You guys have anything new to say about the graphics?
It looked like an anime.
It did look
Yeah.
like an anime.
It had a lot of those features.
I did, yeah. Sorry, Nick, I didn't mean
No,
to cut you
no,
off.
I
didn't
thought
mean
that
to
was
do
it. All I wanted to say was it had a lot of those features.
Yeah.
I did like the shade power, right?
I never
Oh, you
got
got
Shade.
that? Yeah, I saw that. I didn't. I looked it up. 'cause I
Did
was-
anybody play the game?
I think you got
Yes.
farther than all of us.
Yeah, you got probably the farthest.
I would have beaten. Well, we'll get into the reasons why I didn't beat the game.
But you
Yeah.
guys were all like almost to that point.
We were
last
close,
time we
but-
played.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were very gung ho about it. I was very gung ho. I just didn't get a chance to play as much as I wanted to this
Yeah,
week.
we actually have very good reasons for why both of us.
Because I was fighting to catch up to you, where I thought
Let's
you
just talk
guys
about
would
it now.
be.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
Well, no, just shade power is basically just like it doubles your character.
Well,
you
have
couldn't
like
jump from,
you have a
like-
second shade.
No, like on screen when you're running, like it looks like your guy is like spazzing through time.
Right.
It's like your shadow is now live, but it's
That's
like
cool.
right where you are. So like if you were walking and then there was like a version of you like shifting through time,
Oh, that's
like
cool.
behind you,
That's
just like.
sweet.
But it looks really weird.
Doesn't
and
look
funny.
stupid, yeah.
It's just like because it looks like there's like one of you running and like there's a spastic version of you like
Right.
glitching on
That
it.
might just be like the interlace.
Maybe on the
Thing, you know
emulator
what I mean?
or the frame
No, I think
rate.
that's supposed to like how you could tell you have the power active.
Okay, I got you.
Because then you can like reach for stuff, and your like shadow like
Gets
like
That's
reaches
sweet.
Gotcha.
for platforms and stuff like that
Oh,
are normally
okay.
out of reach. It's really cool.
The
That's
thing
how you
that-
get some of that shit that you can't get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that
That's cool.
sucks about this whole experience that I had with this game is that I actually kind of really liked it for
Yeah.
a while, and I was
Yeah.
really enjoying it. Like I love the spirits. I think they're really cool. I really wanted to get Audrey 2, that power that uses Audrey 2.
I got Audrey.
I know. I believe it. I was probably damn close. I saw those Audrey 2s sitting everywhere, and I wanted to use them. I'm so pissed about it.
So what happened?
So, well, for me, I
Where did you get to?
I got to. I beat the first time I lost my save was I beat the boat part.
Yeah.
Got to the mountain fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got into the mountain fortress.
Did you fight Geodude?
I hadn't fought Geodude yet.
Okay.
The
That's
first
later.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's two Geodudes,
There's
right?
yeah, the first Geodude. I hadn't beaten him yet, but
Right.
I saved my game. Did a save. Well, I hadn't done a save. I had done a save state like way back when I forgot, but I saved my game. And earlier I had saved my game locally
Right.
in the game with the actual game save.
Yeah.
And had gone back and used it again.
Right.
But I guess when my computer completely shut down, it wiped the memory
It doesn't keep
and
the
doesn't keep the
local.
save at
Yeah.
that point.
Oh, really?
So
That's
I opened up my save state. It was fucking all the way back.
Yep.
I had to beat the water temple again.
Ugh.
I had to
Wow.
beat the fire temple
Oh
again.
my god.
Or no, just the water temple. I had the second water temple, like the one where you
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
fire guy. I had to beat that. I had to go beat their little hidden fortress and go to the boat again,
Right.
and then go all the way back through the mountain thing. Did that, and then I played further, beat the Geodude, got into like the little wizard place and was fighting those wizard dudes, beat
Yeah.
those dudes. And then there's one button, I think it's like tab, not tab. I forget what button it is, but there's a button on your fucking keyboard
Like
that
the
is a hard reset button for whatever emulator I'm using. And my fucking hand slipped and hit the hard reset because I wasn't even using the keyboard to play the game. I was using the controller and hard reset it. And I had just saved it after I had gotten to the fortress right before you go on the boat. So I had to start
Oh,
all the way over
man.
again. So I lost 2 full nights of playing
Jesus
the game.
Christ, that
Yeah.
blows.
You
And,
didn't
like,
miss much.
Dude, I was so pissed about it. I was so upset. Like, it's like I was like when I got to where I was the
Right.
first time and was like almost to that Geo boss.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably about a third of the way through the game. Judging by what I looked at, because I looked at like facts to see where like I was, just to see
Yeah.
how much further I had, and I think it was about a third of the way through the game, and I was like, mother,
Dude, you-
so
that
disheartening,
sucks,
man.
That sucks.
That you don't want to play anymore then after
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, because like it happens, it like especially when I did the hard reset, like that night, I was done. I was
Yeah.
like, that's it, and turned it off, and was like,
Yeah.
I'll come back to this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I played it 3 nights this week
Damn.
and lost 2
Jesus.
nights.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, I was so pissed about it. So that's what happened to me, and that's the only reason that I didn't get all those awesome extra spirits. And I'm a little upset because I probably would have kept going and figured it out. But there's things that I dislike about the game that I want to talk about. That
Oh yes.
That we'll get
There's
into.
lots of things I dislike about it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Real quick about the graphics. Brandon Van Norman wrote in and said he remembers Ollie being shirtless in the Saturn version, which is a sequel to it called Legend of Oasis.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, though, the black muscle shirt, which would inevitably be an Ed Hardy shirt if the bits would allow that level of douchebaggery. Gold chains and slicked Saiyan hair make him look less Arabian and more Guido in the Genesis. He said that, and I was like, damn, he does kind of look like he's Guido. So he has blonde hair, but still, like he I don't
Some
know.
Guidos have blonde hair.
Some-
They dye their hair.
Very few.
Frosted
well,
tips.
Frosted
Yeah,
tips.
frosted
yeah.
Yeah,
tips.
frosted
yeah.
tips, man.
He could have frosted tips.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he does.
Maybe he does.
Is there a
It's
hairstylist
sun-
on
it's
that
sun
island
bleached.
or whatever?
It's sun bleached.
Yeah, sun bleached. He's just out in the sun. He gets like
Yeah.
a, like
Didn't
a-
you get to the hairstylist dungeon?
Yeah, that's part of it. That's the,
No, I
that's
hard
the,
reset it before I got to the hairstylist dungeon.
That's the companion you get.
You just frost his thing completely depletes your spirit bar and just refrost your tips.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Better eat my grapes. I gotta refrost my chips.
And stays until you hard reset.
Yeah. Do you want to go over?
Good.
Let's do a little sound recap. Anyone have anything to say about the sound?
Most annoying shit ever.
I turned my sound off.
It was balls annoying,
Yeah.
dude. I was like, I'm done listening to whatever this game has to offer sound wise.
Dude, every guy, like at first, like when you kill a guy, you're like,
You're like,
yeah, that's cool. And then by the end, you know, like you're in that one dungeon, and you're fighting like. I remember going in one room, and there's like 7 dudes that just
Yeah.
fucking swarm on you.
Dude,
Yeah.
oh, I wrote about that. I said that reminded me of like Old Boy because you're on like this one little like
Yeah,
hallway,
hallway.
and you just have like this flood of dudes coming out, and you're
So
like,
crazy.
You're like, yeah, punching at every
Dude.
single.
Dude, I did like a big swipe and I got most of them with
Yeah,
a
yeah.
big old
Get 'em
swipe.
down.
They give you bombs like right before that. And I
Oh,
was just
yeah,
like
yeah,
bomb
yeah.
time,
Yeah.
bomb, and then I turned on my flame dude because there's a torch behind you.
Yeah.
It's on the ship, right? On the ship when you're like
No, it
Oh,
was like
that shit sucks.
there's
Oh.
that on the ship, and then there's like a later one where it
the
comes up, like-
underhold.
yeah,
There's like there's a torch there, and I was like, I'll use this, and then my
Yeah.
dude just started fucking punching people.
Yo,
yeah,
can we talk
Ifrit's
about
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can we talk about items real quick?
Okay.
Go.
One thing I didn't really like was that like your shit don't stack very well.
Yeah.
You know,
It doesn't
well, like-
what would that be called?
Like if I get like a sword thing that has 4, and then I get another sword thing that has 8,
yeah, it doesn't-
shit should just become 12.
Yeah. Why can't you stack them?
Yeah, like
Because you see that they go up to like 100
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you get the I think there's like infinite ones. I think
Yeah.
I might have got.
Yeah.
But like
Fire torch.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or the fire arrows, yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, and also like when you have a limited number of like spaces, like it's like come on, man,
You have to do
fucking-
that. Yeah.
I don't want to drop these fucking grapes, man. Just give me all this shit together.
Dude.
I know I got 10 grapes. Just put 10 grapes
And they
together.
give you so much stuff to replenish your SP.
So many
Yeah, they don't give
grapes.
you enough to replenish your HP.
Not at
You
all.
should use that
Ever.
shit
No,
all the
because
time.
you just call
Dude, I
Dino.
had no magic.
Really?
But then you gotta eat your grapes to get the magic back. But then there's no like once
no water.
There's no water anywhere. There's no
You
fucking
gotta find water. I found
Water
water
everywhere.
everywhere.
dude.
even drips in this.
Oh, really?
Count.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Also, those slimes,
Nuh-uh.
you can hit
Yeah,
them
the
for
blue
water.
slimes. Yeah.
No way. The slimes count as water?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Nobody
Yeah, dude,
told
I found
me
that by
this.
accident. I found that by accident.
This game, you know what this game does? It does a weird job of showing you. Sometimes it'll do like the Metroid thing where it shows you,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
the Castlevania thing where it shows you
Yeah.
how things work.
Sometimes you just
or
gotta
the Mega
figure it
Man
out.
thing. Like, but a lot of times it puts it on you to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Yeah,
secrets.
sometimes you'll be mashing buttons trying to pull out a combo and shoot some magic at a thing, and then a guy pops out. And you're like,
and you're like,
hey, check it
yeah,
out.
there's
All right,
that
shoot
guy.
that thing comes out. All right.
There's one thing where I felt like a super pro because I got like these like fire arrows
Mm.
and I shot it onto like I get in this room and there's like a fucking campfire thing and I shot it onto the campfire thing and then I was like, oh, now I
Yeah.
can summon the Ifrit thing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the chuds were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
a bunch
many
of
chuds
chuds.
in this game.
So many.
Did you get
Mad
egg?
chuds.
Did you get to the egg shooting chuds?
No.
They shoot eggs out their mouth. They got horns. They look like
Yeah,
Sonics.
yeah. They got
Those fucking
They
things,
look like
man.
Sonic.
Those things were
Yo,
stupid.
not very many enemies though. They
What,
just
like,
get
nah.
recycled real
Oh, they do a lot of palette
quick.
swaps.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
chop
quick.
guy, big guy with ponytail who chops you. Fuck
Yeah.
him.
With the ogre dude.
I like
Fuck
that
him.
ogre dude. That
That
ogre
dude-
dude, he's got good faces.
The ogre dude sucks your dick occasionally. Did you notice that?
No.
He picks you up and puts you.
Oh,
he picks you
yeah.
up, puts you right in front of his face, and just goes "Brrr," and just
Yeah.
like vibrates you with his hands. And I swear he just like real quick sucks you off,
Yeah.
makes you fall asleep. He's
Give
like,
me that
I'm gonna
Ali
suck him off,
dick.
and then he's gonna fall asleep in the corner. Then I'm gonna kill him.
Have you ever been sucked off and then fell asleep?
Yes.
Ah, dude, it's gotta be rough, dude. He's got that underbite, that like suck the dick.
Like a bulldog sucking your wiener.
A jolly dick suck.
Jelly.
Yeah.
JDS.
Let's go into gameplay, but real quick,
dick sucking.
let's go into the dick sucking gameplay segment.
Dick sucking gameplay.
Real quick, with Sound of Music, Chase Laquetta wrote in, and he said it almost sounded like a DOS game at times.
Yeah.
I agree because in his email he actually talked about how he was an SNES kid, so he didn't play a lot of Sega games.
Loser.
Dude, I love Sega, and I was a Sega kid.
know.
You had the Sega
Oh,
Channel.
Yeah. There you go.
Remember when I had Sega Channel? It was the greatest time of my life.
When my dad got a Sega Channel,
When my dad's Sega Channel came into the house,
my dad left and we got Sega Channel.
When your dad died fixing the TV and became Sega
installing Sega Channel,
They just
That's a
left him
movie
back
right there.
They just leave him back there. He's just rotting. He's like a
Oh, it's me, your dad. I'm in the Sega Channel now.
and guess what the title is? Sega Channel Dad.
Sega Dad.
Channel Sega Channel
The
dad.
title writes itself.
movie written.
It's just we just take Ghost Dad, the
Yeah,
entire
it's
movie,
Sega
and just
Channel.
and replace all the Ghost things.
It's a
with just Sega Channel.
reimagining. It's a
Everywhere
reimagining.
you go, you have to bring your TV with you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You had a baseball game with a TV.
just sitting in the chair
Thanks,
next to
Sega
him.
Dad channel.
It's got the old ass cable internet thing coming out of it, like that white cable, the white coaxial cable, snaking all the way up. You have to have like a spool that you put in the backseat of your car. No, but okay, he said he played SNES games, and that was a really divergent tangent from what he was talking about.
Great tangent.
So he played on SNES games. So going to the Sega, he heard the drop in audio quality, which there is a very distinct drop in audio quality.
We've noticed in other games.
Which
he, I'm sure
Nick Suda wrote in and told us why it was. And I agree. That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, "Wow, this music sounds like
bad.
It sounds like a robot's farting." That's the entire time you're playing.
That's a very what's the word I'm looking
Apt
for?
description.
Apt description. It's very
colorful.
Fuck.
Wonderful, smartest,
generous description. It's very yeah.
Yeah.
I had to turn it off. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I put on my own music. Yeah.
I wasn't tired of the music so much. The music was very generic. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
But I wasn't tired of it. The sound effects of the guy, and particularly because the further you go, the screens are just filled with these assholes.
Dude, it
sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like nonstop, and I'm just like, it sounds like Paul is throwing up. I can't play a game where every time I punch somebody, it's like, it's horrible.
I'm glad to know that they used my throw up noise for this game.
It sounds like Paul being so happy to see Sega Dad channel.
Sega Dad channel.
So happy.
All the happy pukes.
I'm so happy I'm gonna vomit.
Oh man.
No, but it was
shit.
yeah, I agree. It was the noises were super repetitive, and segueing it into gameplay a little bit, it sort of goes along with how you fought because you mashed attack.
Yeah.
And like the secret of the game, at least for the beginning of the game, and I noticed as I got further that you couldn't do this as much, but for the first like couple levels, you can just walk up to a guy and just slam your attack,
And just
they can't do anything. They get
That
locked.
doesn't stop.
Yeah, it doesn't
You can
stop.
keep doing that.
You can do that, but I noticed that like a couple guys had shields and they
It
would be able
breaks.
to block.
You
that.
kick them enough, it breaks.
It
yeah.
breaks
You
their
just keep
shield?
doing it. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I better stop doing that because
The game also
cheats.
cheats though too. Like
Yeah.
you'll try to walk up some steps and you can jump up the steps and
Right.
kick dudes, but like a spear guy will come out from the side and just fucking stab you.
Yeah, there's a lot
and
of
you're
cheat
like,
shit.
oh my fucking god, like
Yeah.
it's so annoying.
And then some things are just like, we're just going to drop a rock from the ceiling. For
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
reason.
For
Whatever.
Just one rock
Yeah.
on your head.
One giant fucking rock.
Yeah.
that shit is
For
annoying.
S's and G's, whatever.
Speaking of cheapness, Stephen Froats, and his name's spelled Froats, and he made sure to tell me that it's Fro Oats.
Okay.
So Steven Fro Oats.
Dude, that's frozen oats right there.
Frozen oats.
bro.
Instead of having a broad swing like an LTTP, you can only attack in 4 directions. Link to the past.
Oh.
You should know that. Come on. You can only attack in 4 directions
I don't-
unless
I
you
don't
hold the
abbreviate
attack button.
things. I give the title the proper respect it deserves.
You're right. You say it all the way. Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice
Yeah.
of you. He says,
I
I feel
saw somebody abbreviate fucking that Call of Duty game.
COD.
Yeah, COD Blops 2.
Yeah, see?
nice.
That's so dumb sounding.
Blops too.
Blops 2? I love calling it Blops 2.
No, COD Blofs. COD Blofs too.
COD Blops
COD
2.
Blobs too.
You don't have to put the COD part
It's like
in
a
front.
fish
Why
meal.
don't you just fucking make a better title for your fucking
Fish
game?
meal.
It's like something you get.
But he
Because the game is called Black Ops. Like, what is wrong with that title?
No, it's Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yeah, it's the sequel to the Call of Duty Black Ops, which is a spin-off of Call of Duty.
it's
man.
there's a distinction. There is.
What a terrible.
All right, why don't you just
Whatever,
call
whatever.
Star Wars Episode 4 Episode 4? Why is it got to be called Return of the Jedi New Hope?
Yeah, but no, that's not like the title
True.
of it.
That is the title of it.
Yeah, but that's not like what people call it. That's not like.
Oh, okay. That's not
I'm
what
just
people
saying-
call it, but that's the
but
title
that's
of
like
it.
the saga. Like the saga. It shouldn't be like that. It
Oh, I
should
see.
be
So,
like,
okay, so it only counts.
The Civil
things
War
you
is
like.
tearing us
Civil
apart.
War continues.
talk about
the
Star
pacifists
Wars,
stay.
man. I'm not talking about fucking Call of Duty.
The pacifist Josh and pacifist Paul stay on the sidelines and don't get involved in this. But anyways, he says that the enemies can attack in 8 directions, which is annoying.
Yes.
And it is annoying, and that's something I noticed. And now you
You
said
gotta
that
do that big sweep.
You
man.
said that you can attack and move in 8 directions. I wasn't able to.
You can move in 8 directions. You can't
cannot
attack.
in 8 directions.
You can attack in 4,
You can
and
sort
then
of
you can
move
do
in
that
8.
swipe.
You
Yeah.
can sort of move in 8. Like I noticed that I can
You
run
move in
straight
8.
and I can like angle myself as I'm running.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I can't run diagonally.
You can't
I
point
couldn't.
that way.
Right.
Like, you can't shift 45 degrees. Like
Yeah,
you
your guy
have
doesn't
to,
face that way. You
Yeah.
just
Right.
kind of move that way.
Right.
It's stupid.
It is really annoying because like I noticed that you can't do that and you also can't dodge. So like when you have a guy sneak up on your
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
There's just not. There's
You're
no
gonna get
block.
hit.
There's no
I
dodge,
noticed
yeah.
that too. There's no like jump back or anything like that.
Right.
Because I came on this guy like guarding the fucking steps, and I was like, all right, let me fucking try and do this because I've just repeatedly attacked the rest of his battalion. Let me just
Yeah.
do the same to him. But he's like sitting up there with a fucking spear, and I like can't
Can't
get
get
to
him.
I can like
Yeah.
get one hit in, and then he's just like and then
That's it.
there's
You know
no
what-
blocking or anything.
And you know what
like
the
that.
the ultimate death is when you get like a load of dudes coming at you that are like swords and just like and like whatever, like the close combat guys, and there's fucking one arrow dude in the back,
Dude, they
and he's
just
just picking
rock
you
on.
off and
Yeah.
just rocking.
They
you with
shoot
his
arrows
every
like
time you get
Lee
up.
fucking Harvey Oswald. Like, it's like, how is that possible?
You
It's
can't
not.
pull a bow back that quick.
It's a conspiracy.
It's magic arrow theory.
in this game, and in particular, because I played it the most recently as an older game.
the
But a
most.
lot of the older games, it feels like you're controlling a character in a Halo, like the fucking car accident thing,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you have no.
you can't look.
You can't like
So
look,
funny.
so you
Yeah.
physically have to turn your whole body
Right.
to like do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
That's
some
so
guy's
funny.
attacking me from the side. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
You're like fucking Joan Cusack.
Yeah, basically. You know, I'm trying to get a drink from the water fountain. It's like, clang, clang, clang.
Yeah, you're like in Resident Evil. You're like a tank. You know,
Yeah.
you can only slowly rotate yourself.
Dude, the enemies in this game are cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
And like Luke said earlier, like once you get past, once you beat that rock dude and you go up to that wizard fucking like castle where it's like the top of the mountain or whatever, that shit, first of all, that shit sucks ass. Dodging that fire,
I agree.
running around,
With the
fucking
wizards?
spikes and shit. No, there's
No,
like
there's a dude.
there's
it's
like a top of the mountain. You get up there and
Oh,
there's,
okay,
like,
that's where I was headed. Yeah,
It's windy.
Oh, but yeah,
it blow you around?
pushing against you. Yeah,
There's
shit.
turrets.
dude, it's fucking.
There's
The
like
turrets are
there's
fucked
like
up.
little Dalek fucking guys running around.
the turrets weren't so bad. I found though, because like the turrets at least
When
all you
there's
got-
when there's fucking six
of
rows
them.
of
Yeah.
8 of them, I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding. There's like 8 rows of 3, like
And you
24
have to kill them
turrets.
all before you can progress.
yeah, that's nuts.
It's terrible.
The game does ramp up the difficulty. I was starting to notice that the difficulty was
Yeah.
getting like a little more as I was getting into it. But like the thing with it is, and like another thing is like you even when you're like badass, like when you're beating the shit out of people with like your combo, it still screws you over because sometimes you're hitting dudes and you get stuck in the combo.
Yep.
And you can't stop hitting them.
How many
and
times
an
did
enemy
I
comes
not
and
pick
hits
up
you.
a heart or a food because I'm kicking nothing?
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking stop kicking.
Yeah. He's got a hair trigger on that kick.
I know
man.
you're badass, dude. I get it. Let me pick up the meat.
See with them hammer pants. Come on now.
Come
I get
on.
it. You're John Claude Van Damme. I get it.
He's like JCVD, man. He just keeps throwing that kick out there to remind you of who he
I don't
is.
call him that. I give him the full name, full respect,
Proper respect.
respect he deserves.
Oh my god.
You and your
What do you call a VCR?
Video.
Fuck that. You don't
cassette
respect
recorder.
that. You don't respect
No.
that shit.
I don't respect no VCR. Get
Now
the fuck outta here.
Betamax. Don't call it a BM machine.
I call my
I wish
butt.
it was a BM. Fucking beat me to it.
But no, there's so many like little annoying things. Kevin Mahoney wrote in and he said there's a ridiculous radius on the bombs. The bombs
Oh,
will blow
yeah,
up, and you're
dude.
like you're not even near the little like explosion little area, the like animation of it, and you're still like bow, and you get like there's like a
Yeah.
concussion like ring that
Yeah.
flies off of it.
It's like they're throwing like claymores at you, and as
Yeah.
long as you're in the radius of
Right.
Shrapnel.
It's like swordfish.
the front,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're on fire. But I will say this: it is good that it hits the guys too.
Yeah,
like if that
yeah,
bomb
they're
goes
susceptible
off,
to
the other
it,
guys
That's true.
they're susceptible to it.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they get
That's
fucked
a good
up.
word.
Yeah.
What's that?
Susceptible.
Susceptible. Yes. They
I
are
went in this
susceptible.
one room and there was just like bombs all over the place, and this fucking bomb knight comes in. And he's just like, bloop. Here you go, have fun with that.
Yep.
And it's like,
Yeah. I remember that room. I just
Yeah.
you can run, just like be like, fuck it, I'm just running.
I'm out.
So many times in that game, and that's what I did. I was just like, I'm out of here. Like the one part, there are parts where I felt badass, where you had to like run, like the one part where they have all the little like spiky traps lined up in
Yeah.
a row, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's snakes, and you just run and jump. I was like, this is some Indiana Jones shit right
Yeah.
here, and you just like hop like a couple times and you get through it. It's
So
fucking
good.
sweet. Like there's some parts where you feel like legitimately badass. But then there's other parts like when you're fighting snakes
Yeah.
and you swing at them because it's kind of random what your first attack is. Sometimes it's
It's a kick. Sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes
it's a stab.
Sometimes it's a stab.
Yeah.
What is there a way to to decide that?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. Get lucky.
Yeah.
Turn
Yeah.
the game off. Reset your computer.
When you're fighting snakes
Yeah.
or half zombies, you're
Oh,
fucked.
fuck
No, you
that
can
shit.
like do down attacks.
How do you do it
You can
down?
hold down,
dude.
jump, and you crouch.
Yeah.
Oh, you could just crouch attack. I didn't even fucking think about that.
We're idiots.
Also, just use Ifrit on the zombies. He burns them like crazy.
Yeah.
The fire kills him in one
Yeah.
thing. Any
Yeah, the
fire
one
thing
punch.
kills him in
Oh,
one
nice.
shot.
That's what I was really liking about
Zombie
the game.
hate fire.
Zombie
Zombie
hate
hate
fire
fire.
makes sense. This is like text from the game.
Zombie hate fire.
Zombie hate fire.
Silver arm
Army
at home.
Man.
And that's what I was like. I was really starting to like the game before.
Yeah.
Before I had the couple like incidents
Right.
because I like got Ifrit and I was fighting dudes and like I had him fight the zombies and he killed him one hit. I was like, that's fucking sweet.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
all right, there's a lot of like the dodging and
Right.
and stabbing. I didn't think of that, but if I had thought about that, I probably like that a lot more. I probably like the
Yeah.
game a lot more. That's what it's kind of sad because like there's a lot of stuff that I missed that the game doesn't do a good job of like teaching you.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it had taught me, I'd probably like it even more, and it wouldn't be as frustrated with it.
Sure.
But there's a lot of stuff that I do like. Like I love the powers. Like the
Yeah.
powers are super cool.
Yeah.
Like the
There's-
power up spirits.
It's like almost like there's too much going on though. Like
Right.
you got to worry about dudes 24/7 in this game. Like you can't stop and like if you go back, there's fucking dudes back again. Like
Right.
you can't like. There's no resting. There's no
Right.
like real way to get your health up from screen to screen.
Although the enemies respawn, but so do the chests. The chests respawn
Wait, what do you mean
as well.
there's no way to get your health up screen to screen?
does it go up slowly?
If
On,
you're
like,
outside-
regular, yeah.
if you're outside, but if
yeah.
you're in like a dungeon or whatever,
No,
Better hope
then
there's
you're
some fucking
fucked.
garlic.
Then
Yeah.
you're fucked,
Mhm.
dude. Yeah.
I need that meat with the bone in it still.
But then there's
That
the
one's
whole
good.
mechanic of the fucking elementals and like you gotta like worry about lighting fires and like there's a
I
ton
like
of
that
shit
though.
going on.
I like that you can't summon them unless you have an item.
Yeah.
That you can't summon them whenever you want.
Right.
I really enjoyed
Yeah.
that, and I liked that. It was kind of cool because that in that way they sort of taught you things.
Right.
In that they put, excuse me, they put certain like a torch here, and it was like, oh well, if there's a torch there, I probably need to use Ifrit.
This dude
If there's
here,
water, a little bit of water. If there's an Audrey 2, I probably need to use Audrey 2 at some point. Here.
Too.
You know, what does the shade use as his thing
Yeah.
Shadows.
to call him?
shadows.
Just
Any
shadows.
shadow
No,
you
there's like
see?
there's like a specific crystal in certain areas.
Okay.
But accidentally found this out too when Button Mash Jones over here was at the controls. There are certain knights you can hit with.
Oh, really? Like knights, like soldiers?
Yeah, like
oh,
the knights
really?
you
The
can
big
hit
dudes
with
with the maces
Yeah,
and
the
shit.
big dudes with the maces. If you hit them, because I guess they make enough
Oh,
shadow
interesting.
that like it pulls the it pulls
That's
the
kinda cool.
it allows you to summon the
That's
thing, just like you can
awesome.
summon
That's cool.
Dido out of the blue
Out of the
slimes.
blob.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. That's cool. I like that.
Stuff like that is cool, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
and
you could summon like even just out of like the drips of water.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to find like a waterfall
Right,
or like
yeah.
be in the water.
one thing you can't do, the wizard fire that they have,
Yeah.
you can't summon Ifrit out of the wizard
No.
fire. I was a little upset about that.
No, it's good because it's annoying.
Dark magic
Yeah.
fire, man.
You find yourself a lot of times like in that room, like and in the turret room, the Dalek room, like you walk around things and you're hitting them, and it's like that shit is kind of like neat, but it gets really old.
Wait, what do you mean, like walking around?
Like the turrets would turn and they had a
Right.
pattern, so
Yeah.
you just walk around and
oh, that, yeah.
like that's kind of okay.
And it was cool because when you hit them, they paused, so
Right,
it
right.
slowed up their turn, which was
Right,
neat.
yeah.
Like, and when there's only a couple of them, that's cool because you're like, oh, this shit's easy.
Yeah, but when there's 30 of them
Yeah.
on your screen, it almost feels like this should be like 2 players. I don't know if Streets of
Well-
Rage was 2,
Yeah, Teach
yeah, it was.
but you couldn't move screens and it becomes like a different game.
Well, I
Right.
think, like for the that room with the turrets, you probably have to use your superpowers, like your spin move.
Oh, or your
on that.
tornado, or
yeah,
your
like your
fucking-
tornado, like jump
yeah.
spin and stuff like that. Like you really need to start mastering those moves, and I think that's why like the combo is cool in the beginning of the game, but you really need to master like the special
Yeah.
moves in order to become
Look,
good at it.
Right.
If you can't punch or kick something to death, I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it.
Can we talk about how like horribly inaccurate the super moves for all the fucking summons are?
Can we talk about how
Yeah.
stupid the minions are? They're fucking
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah, you can't align them. Like there's a one time that you need, what was it? I was trying to do something with Ifrit,
I was trying to get to break this fucking ice block for
Yeah,
like 3
fucking
minutes.
walking around like a fucking idiot.
Drained all this thing. I was like, well, that didn't fucking help.
And you're using up your spirit.
Yeah.
Trying to,
Just
maybe
him
that's
being around is like, it's like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, it drains like crazy.
It's
Come
yeah.
on, man.
and maybe that's why they give you so much SP renewal, because you're just like constantly using it, fucking
When
around.
you walk in a screen that has literally, like Luke said, 7 dudes,
Yeah.
give me some fucking meat, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
want some
need that
meat.
shit.
Oh,
I'm gonna need it.
burn the critters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Steaks.
Yeah, Brandon Van Norman also wrote in about how it got kind of annoying waiting around for people to die, because like when they die, you don't see the food drop right away.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll run away and the food will actually drop, and that's sort of annoying. Like it should just drop as soon as you kill the guy. It should just pop out of them.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing. Like you could go around like farming guys trying to get food, but most
you'll
of the
die.
time. Most of the time you'll die because
Because it like doesn't stop being hard. Like
Right.
it gets just to a point where it's just fucking insane.
Well,
And
like I
you're
said-
I don't know what to do.
I would run away a lot too.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah, dude,
I'm not fighting you today, sir.
Yeah.
I must have been like 20 miles in this game. I'm just like, see ya. I'm fighting zombies today, bitch.
Like I am curious as to how many, you can see like your kill counter. I'm curious what the number is supposed to be, because I guarantee you mine was way lower.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Dude, you save yourself a lot of energy, because that's where I was getting the most upset. Like, I was just getting fucking rocked by, like, 3 of those troll dudes
Ugh.
chopping me, and, like,
Right.
half my fucking health would be gone, and I'd be like, this is I'm done. I'm
Right.
done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, and I accidentally caught myself in a save where I was low in health and out of food, and it was actually right before I stopped like playing for like the final time before this podcast, and I was like, man, I'm glad that I'm giving up on this game right now,
Yeah.
because there's no way that I'm getting to
Yeah.
the next part without doing mad farming. But yeah, like I started to notice. At the beginning of the game, I just killed everything.
Yeah, you're just like, fucking kill it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
great.
it's easy.
Yeah.
Like you can do the run and swipe, and you can kill a soldier in one
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
But I started to notice, I was like, well, I'm starting to run away from things a lot now because things are starting to get a little bit harder, and I'm starting to run low on items. And that just sort of happens, I guess. I can't imagine how hard it gets when there's like 7, 8 dudes on the screen consistently.
Yeah, it was annoying.
I will say this though, it sucks when there's a lot of guys on a screen, but there are times when like you're able to summon somebody like pretty readily later as it goes on.
Oh, like there are like a lot of items that allow.
There's
you to
either
summon.
like water somewhere or like campfires or fires on a wall,
Right.
or like whatever the fucking rock is that you can call shade
Yeah.
from. I only just got Audrey 2, so I don't know
Right.
how often you're able to
What is
summon.
Audrey 2? What
It's
are the-
literally that plant dude.
but I mean,
But
like
a big version of the plant dude.
oh, that's sweet. Does it like run around, like stick out of the ground and like follow
Yeah.
you around?
Yeah. And then it
Sweet.
like, because you have to go get it because there's like a little plant hiding out of the secret entrance to the castle.
Right.
So you get it, and then like it can eat doors.
Oh, it can eat doors.
Only doors that are.
Oh,
It's the little
that have Audrey
little
too.
Venus flytrap dude is standing next to.
Right.
So, yeah, I got that, and I went back to the castle, and then I was like, all right,
All right.
I'm good.
I got enough of this in me.
yeah, I've seen everything this game has to offer.
I've seen it all.
Yeah, I mean, it also, the game was pretty damn repetitive.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
There's
you
a lot
got-
of backtracking that you wind up doing.
Yeah.
Dude,
I could tell you were gonna do that. Yeah. God.
The little Audrey castle is literally nothing but backtracking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got this key for this room. Now run back to this room,
Yeah.
unlock this door, get the key. That unlocks a room in a room you were just in that was locked. Now go back to this thing, and then do this, and then do this. You have to go back and forth between like 15 rooms.
Yeah. It's a little like Zelda in that way, but Zelda I never felt chored by the backtracking in Zelda games.
Well, it was more of, I don't know, like Ocarina in the Water Temple.
Well,
Talking about backtracking, like that was more of a puzzle, you know? Like
Right.
it like played with you, like how, like it showed you what you needed to do, but it was like, now figure out how to do that. In this, it's just like, oh, you missed a key? Well, guess what? You're kind of fucked now.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
figure it out. It could be anywhere in the 400 fucking rooms you just walked through.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's, I don't know.
I mean, like, there were parts where I was in dungeons and I was like starting to get a little lost. And I was like, oh no,
that doesn't make me want to play a game.
Yeah.
Also, like the color keys is like really annoying too.
That shit.
Well,
mostly because
you're colorblind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most of the keys are red or green.
Yeah, exactly. There's like a yellow one and an orange one.
Way to go, Sega Channel Dad.
Thanks, Sega Channel Dad.
I mean, I'm not gonna pan on it completely. I gotta say there were some times that like I really think if I had figured out earlier to use the spirits more, like you really need to have a spirit out with you pretty much at all times.
All time.
You should be chaining spirits.
You really need to play the game perfectly all the way through.
Yeah, I think
you can't fuck up.
Yeah, this is a game that you can perfect and you can get really good at. I think. It's like Metroid, where you can learn the moves.
Right.
And you can actually become a better player at this game, not just by putting time in, but by actually practicing.
Right.
And what did we say the time to beat was? Like 6
It's
hours?
like 6 hours.
That's
hours.
only if you've already played it like 15
Exactly.
times.
Yeah.
Because there's no way the first time you played this game, you beat it in 6 hours.
Yeah.
I played it for like 5 hours last night, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
It took me probably like 2 hours just to do
the rock guy
not the rock guy.
to do him in the face.
The first rock guy was easy for me.
the Audrey temple.
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
because it was such a bitch, like figuring out what, because it does tell you what doors you got to go to. It was so annoying.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird because I tend to believe the time to beat when I read it, that website, how long to beat, but I'm starting. Yeah, howlongtobeat.com. That could also be a porn site. That could also be a porn site.
How long to beat?
How long to beat?
But like, I'm starting to think that you're right, Luke, in that their actual how long to beat time, because it has a speed run time on it, and I assume that the speed run time is the time for people that have played the game a bunch of times before.
Right.
But it's not. The speed run time is for the people that are fucking amazing at the game,
Yeah.
and then the how long to beat time is probably for people that have already played the game.
normies.
There should be like an idiot's play time for like people like us who've never played these games before. You know.
Well, me and you are pacifists, so we were like, I don't want to fight this
I don't
guy.
want to fight. That's why I ran past everybody.
Yeah, just run.
That's why I liked part of this game. Let me run past
So
people.
I like sections of this game.
Anyone that I could run past people, I was cool with it. I wanted to throw out a little additional thoughts that that were thrown out to us. Ethan Boa wrote in and said, "I named my save file Pud only to be called Allie. I am upset with this." I was like, Pud's pretty good because
Pud's a really good
Luke,
one.
did you say Pud when we first did this?
I don't think so.
I don't think
don't
anyone
remember
said
what
Pud.
we said.
You were coming up with some good ones.
Because there's a lot of good
You were-
three-lettered
yeah,
things
ass.
you could be.
Yeah, but Pud was. I don't think Pud was one of them.
Pud was probably not one of them, because usually I don't think of Puddle of Mud.
I was just gonna say.
Puddle of mud.
Sudden infant death.
Yeah, there you go.
Sid, yeah. Reminds me of my my Puddle of Mud cover band. Puddle of Pud.
Puddle of
Puddle
Pud.
of mud
Puddle of
cover
Pud.
band.
Puddle of Pud.
Muddle of Pud.
Muddle of Pud. That's what it should be.
And then John Thrower wrote in to ask how many fat ladies did we push? Because if you walk up to the chubby ladies in the town,
You can push them?
You can push them like as if they were like a boulder. Like he
Oh,
does the boulder
really?
push
I love that.
animation.
No.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so you can kind of like push them
Dude,
around.
the original Fat Princess.
Yep, exactly. Yep. That game was a game that I downloaded and only played once. And I was super excited for it.
I think I got that game for free for some reason.
Probably when they fucking lost all your information to
Yes,
hackers.
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. They were like, well, we'll just give them free
We'll
things.
give them Fat Princess and Wipeout. That'll be all right. We'll call it Squares.
We're about square.
Thanks, Sony.
So, I mean, I think that wraps up our discussion of it. You guys want to do a final verdict real quick?
This game's annoying.
Yeah.
It's fills you with rage.
Yeah.
I was done playing it like how I remembered being done playing with games like when I was a kid, you know.
Uh-huh.
It got just hard to the point where it was annoying hard. It
Where
wasn't-
your thumb was starting to hurt.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
were like, oh, I'm done with
my
this.
controller
Okay.
like was all sweaty like a
Yeah.
gross weirdo.
Yeah.
And game over.
Wow.
Nick?
I think I would reluctant continue. That's
Reluctant
kind of my
continue.
thing. Just because, not my thing. I should mean my thing for this.
Yeah, okay.
Just because, like, I think if I grew up with this game, I would have been like, yeah, I'll play this game every once in a while.
It seems
but-
like a game you would have loved. As a
yeah,
kid.
I
Yeah.
think so too. Because it seems like the kind of game, like you were saying, like once you know where things are,
Right.
it's like, let me just run through this because I got 6 hours to kill.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I never played it as a kid, so it doesn't really hold any kind of like nostalgia anything for me. So I'm just kind of like, nah. I'll keep playing just because I'd like to get a little bit further in it.
Right.
You know,
It was good enough to continue.
it was good enough to continue.
Yeah.
So
Special guest Luke?
No.
No.
Wow.
That is not in the vernacular of our show, so please.
Uncontinue.
There it is.
Uncontinue.
Close enough.
No,
and to continue.
I played it up till you get to the fourth spirit, and
You had to be pretty close to the end.
I might be, but that the game literally has nothing else to offer you at that point,
Right.
because there is no story that you're hoping to figure out.
Right.
You have all the spirits, so there's nothing like new to learn.
Right.
So basically, you're just running around fighting at guys for however much time is left, and I don't need to waste my time doing that.
Did you just say fighting at guys?
That's what it is.
I like that. I like that term, fighting at guys.
You just run up to a dude, start a fight. What the
Fight
fuck
at
is
him.
that shit? You get arrested in America for that.
It's true. Not in Alibabaville.
Yeah, no.
Not on this weirdo island where we just fight dudes all day. At dudes.
Fighting at dudes.
I want to find out what happens to that island that goes underwater.
Yeah.
And I'm still mad at that map. Worst map ever for
That
a
map
video
sucks
game.
dicks.
It's really small.
Where are you supposed to go? Go to the flag.
Up.
Okay.
How do I get the flag?
All right,
North?
now I'm at flag.
You're leaving out a
Now
lot
how
of
do-
essential information.
How do I go to the next part of this temple? Nope, go to flag, bro.
Go to
That's like where's Canada? North.
Where flag is?
Okay.
They were like, let's like make the most detailed generic map ever. Mountain, town, go there.
Okay,
River.
but hang on real quick. I know we're trying to give our verdicts here, but when you get to the room right before you got to go find the plant power, right? The kid in the room is like, I heard tell that there's a mountain in the northeast where you can get the plant power or whatever. That's and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, cool. And I bring up the map. The fucking thing is in the west.
They couldn't even
That's
get their
really
own
funny.
like. They
It's
couldn't
like
even- their
it's like
mythos
right-
was wrong.
It's like right over to the left of where you are.
They got their
Well,
own lore
Luke,
wrong.
if you go east enough, it becomes west.
Yeah. That's what he was
That's
probably
true.
thinking of.
Any direction becomes a direction.
Yeah, I was
another
like,
direction,
another
I was
direction.
like, is this fucking thing for real?
They got their own lore wrong.
Like
Fucked up their lore.
if I didn't immediately look at the map and I just like left, I'm like, all right, northeast, here we
Yeah,
go.
have you ever asked a kid where, like, I don't know, hey kid, where's the nearest Panera? They're like, I don't fucking know.
If you ask them
that
where the nearest
way.
Toys R Us is, they'll tell
They'll
you where
know.
it is. But
Yeah.
the-
Panera's
anything
next
else.
to the Toys R
Well,
Us.
the one that
True.
we go to is.
Yeah.
The moral is, don't ask little kids shit ever.
Don't ever try to go to Panera and ask a little kid how to get there.
Just
Yeah.
go to Panera.
Don't ever
go to
ask a
Panera.
little kid out at Panera.
Don't ask little kids anything in public.
Yeah.
I'm gonna game over on this only because of the bad moments that I had, and it's a little unfair to the game because it's like
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
it is a little unfair to the game because I honestly kind of liked it up to those
What if
points.
you would have loved it?
If I loved it,
You would have been
probably
like, I don't care, I'll play it again.
This
Whatever.
game
Yeah,
gave you
that's true.
PTSD.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
I have game PTSD.
Dude.
Post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Oh, I thought it was post.
That's not even what you gave the abbreviation for.
PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome.
PTSS.
PTSD.
BDS.
PTSD for me.
Syndrome.
PTSD for me is post-traumatic Sega dad. That's what it means for me. Because as soon as I lost my Sega dad,
You're like, I'm scarred for life.
I'm scarred.
That was it.
I changed this disease to a syndrome.
Do you ever think that maybe your emulators are cursed because you're not playing on Sega Channel?
I think
fine.
maybe it
Dude,
knows. It
It's
knows.
your dad haunting you.
You're not my Sega Channel, Dad. I'm not gonna do it right for you.
Oh my god.
Oh man, it's so good.
No, it was a fun game until those bad things happened to me. Turned me off from it. But I will say it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's got a lot of things that are
Right.
shitty about it.
Yes.
But it's a good game, and I could see why people appreciate it and why
Yes.
a lot of people like it.
Yes.
Not for me. Not in this moment.
Seconded.
So that'll wrap us up for this week for Beyond Oasis, and that'll wrap up the game.
Oh, we gonna read thingies?
Oh, we're gonna.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
It's
you.
fine. It's fine. Just let me do my fucking job.
I'm sorry.
Jones.
I'm trying to rekindle the Civil
this
War.
side of the table.
So,
Getting that hate
so
on.
the next episode is gonna be Retro City Rampage. Be
Okay.
sure to play that. Get a copy of it and play it alongside of us. And again, December 10th is gonna be about the time that you'll want to have your thoughts into us. And then if you
5-page essay, please.
yes, actually, the shorter the better. Please don't
Yes,
send me.
don't send us.
Because when you send me a big essay, I got to skim through it because we get a lot of emails. So you
Paul
know.
does not like big essays.
Yeah, I like bulleted point lists. If you can give me a bulleted list, that's wonderful.
Can you please put them in the form of Beyond Oasis speak?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Paul,
Game good.
the worse
Game
English,
fun.
the worse you can do with your English, the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul had a bad experience with a big essay one time.
Yep, I did.
he prefers little essays.
He had his shirt buttoned at just the top button.
Like fucking like San Andreas.
Like
and
San
shit,
Andreas
like-
shit. That essay.
Yeah.
That essay fucked with me, man. I don't like
That's
it.
right. That's right.
Oh, this is kind of strangely racist.
It's not racist if it's a gang.
Yeah, I guess you're
Yeah,
right.
Latin Kings, dude.
Were the
Don't
essays
fuck with
gay?
them.
Latin Kings don't fuck around.
Latin
dude.
Kings, man.
I thought essay was just like a word. Just
It means
Well,
like
everything is just a word.
well,
Paul.
yeah, you're right. No, I thought it was just like a
Like post-traumatic stress essay.
he's right. He's right.
PTSD, bro.
No, I thought it was just like a name for someone,
I think it's like bro.
like a colloquial.
Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
it's a
Yeah.
bullet.
It's not. Bro's not
It's a
racist.
bro.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, Spanish, bro.
Yeah.
Spanish
That's hermano. That's hermano. So we're gonna do some 5-star reviews. We'd like to read the 5-star reviews that you guys have left us
Yay!
from iTunes, which we've gotten a lot. We're getting a lot from you guys every week.
Thank
and
you
It's awesome.
for
And
listening.
yeah, when you do that, it helps us out. So anyone who's written one, it's really awesome that you did that. We got one here from Phantasm Angel. Classic game reviews.
That's a fake name.
I think I read this one last week, but classic game reviews without condescending host. It's more likely than you think. I think I read that last week. We got one from Romulus who just said hilarious. This podcast is.
You read that too.
You read that one
We
too.
made a Remus joke.
Fuck. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Remus. Did I do the Fool on the Hill 777 too?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I did because that's obviously I think it's what Led Zeppelin that did the Fool
Beatles
on the Hill.
song.
Well, there's a Beatles one. That's what I always think, but people say it's Led Zeppelin because that's more known. The
Okay.
Fool on the Hill.
I don't know about
So-
I thought
that.
that was Fool in the Rain.
Yeah, Fool in the Rain is.
Then
Led
it is
Zeppelin.
that. Yeah, it is. Jen's wrong. Jen's the person who thought that.
Jen.
Yeah, the Fool on the Hill is a Beatles song. He said the best podcast.
Hey, thanks.
The best comment.
The best comment.
Uh-huh.
Thy Lord.
Classic Luke.
I love. No, this name's great. Thy Lord Mango. That's
awesome.
a great
That's
name.
good.
Ever, he just says 5 stars.
Nice.
This is the greatest thing in the world. Dave Sinaway,
Okay.
ContinueCast 5 stars. Best podcast ever.
Hey,
Wow,
thanks.
it's 2 in a row. 3,
Slide-
and we got Beetlejuice comes
Yeah,
out.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to do it.
It just comes out of the best podcast.
Slide 56 wrote in and said, "Awesome."
Nice, you're awesome.
Continue fan with an exclamation point. This podcast in freaking awesome.
No.
I'm reading it as it's written, man.
I love.
SIC, bro. SIC.
SIC.
It's actually as I see. That's how. Misunderstanding everything.
SIC has actually been SIC this entire time. It's supposed to be as I say.
Oh my god.
Brian Conley wrote in and said, "A genuinely amazing show about gaming." Leroy Schaefer wrote in and said, "I love this podcast. I listen to this while cuddling my body pillow."
Yeah.
Oh, you have a husband?
Frederick von Lindenberg.
That dude is German.
Nah,
as fuck.
just Lindbergh. Super terrific podcast and more. And he asked me what I put in my hair. It always looks nice. Pomade.
Jizz.
Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan. I'm a Dapper Dan, man.
You don't use no fop in this house.
Yep.
Milk Chugger wrote in and said he loves
Milk
ContinueCast.
Chugger? Does he love Milk Chug? The drink?
Is Nick cutting weight? He's looking fine. He's not chugging milk, that's for sure.
No chugging milk at all.
Delta Force theme song, even the I know.
That's cool.
That wins. That
cool.
wins.
I know.
Best username ever.
He said even the tangents have tangents.
Yep.
Yep.
Brett Hahn wrote in and said, "How about them graphics?"
Graphics.
We also got one here from Laureus J. Moneypants saying that he would definitely continue. We got one from Skeleton in Your Closet.
Is that guy a moon baron?
I think he might be
Yeah,
a moon
yeah.
baron.
He's got
Yeah,
Moon
man.
Baron
Very
money.
welcome.
He's got Moon Baron fuck you money.
Yeah. Skeleton in Your Closet writes, right, that continue.
Hey.
Yeah.
Big P132 writes, "This podcast is awesome."
Thanks.
TH3B425
No stormtroopers, please.
wrote 5 more fucking stars.
Yo.
Oh damn!
All right,
Oh
you're
man,
on.
this person's name, it just is like.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying. That's what it is. Epicast is more like it. That's
Oh,
true.
that's
Oh
nice.
wow.
Chris Pittman writes, really funny.
Thanks.
Doris in the Ox writes, gives me a warm feeling.
Yeah, dude.
Aaron Villafane, who's probably a crooner, wrote,
Yeah.
great cast, great games.
Crooner. Dude, that is, man. You got
Yeah.
like Belafonte, De La Fonte.
Yeah.
Villafane. Patrick Dudas wrote in and said the best thing since 1994. Yes, the whole year.
Damn.
That's high praise right
That's
there.
one whole year.
And I
Better
find-
than the year Kurt Cobain died?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to beat. Hard to beat. And then the last one we're going to do for today is Mason Turner said, superb retro reviews.
Oh, nice.
Brad.
Good job, Mason.
Now,
Thank-
Paul, I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
I was reading over your shoulder.
Yeah.
You left out a very crucial part of the Ox comment.
What was it?
Said, please keep Luke. I love him.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to say we got a couple emails this week, Luke, that were talking a mighty good game about you.
Yeah, people were
Yeah.
afraid that you were leaving.
Well, the month is up, so
Yeah.
let's
Who
talk
knows?
contract renewal.
Who knows?
It's true.
You purposely withheld those emails from him.
yeah.
Don't
It's
get that.
true.
Don't get that head too
I
big.
can't.
Yeah,
we
man.
I just told him, and now the contract talks are going to be really, really
Well, it's gonna be
iffy.
awful.
Winter
Yeah.
meetings
He's got a
next
lot of-
week.
Yeah.
Winter meetings.
He's got fuel for the negotiations.
Yeah.
so.
But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the ContinueCast,
Yeah.
and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Retro City Rampage, bitches.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
let us know that you listened by saying PTSS or something else.
Donkey Lips lives.
Donkey Lips lives. Milk chugger.
Yeah.
Milk chugger.
Milk chugger.
Cod blops give me the plops.
That's a pop shot. We out.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Tangercast. I'm Nick,
I'm Josh.
I'm Paul.
I'm Luke.
and today we got a super great topic for you guys. All right?
Super great.
You're
So,
really selling now.
I'm really selling it right now.
want to talk about it.
So I was thinking
Nick
about
came up with it.
yeah, I came up with
Uh-huh.
it. So I was thinking about movies in general, which I do all the time. We're all kind of like movie buffs in this thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So one thing I like to do is I like to stay to the end of the credits, not because there's like extra scenes, just because like, hey, those people worked hard on that movie, whatever.
Right.
And it really takes a lot for me to walk out of a movie. So I was thinking, what's a movie that you guys walked out of?
Should I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, I watched all of Wing Commander.
Okay.
So let's just
we're
say
setting the
that.
bar here.
Let's just say
So wait, you're saying okay?
I saw all that movie.
Okay, we're setting it. We're setting. I know where to compare this
Yes,
now. Yeah.
right. But I walked out of Summer of Sam.
Wow, really?
Yes.
What?
I was going out with a girl.
Did you walk out to have sex?
Yes.
Oh, that changes it. That's a good thing.
Yeah, but I
Although
was also
there's-
bored of the movie because I wanted to have sex.
There's some good boobs in that movie, though.
Yeah, I know. But I
Well,
was
that's probably what
like, but
got
these
you-
are real boobs.
Yeah.
They got
yeah.
you raging.
Yeah,
You're like,
I
yeah.
was- yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I need real boobs
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's your walkout story.
That's a triumph.
That's
all
the
you-
only movie I ever walked
Was
out
the
of.
sex good?
Of course it was good. I was involved.
Nice.
Okay, Nick, what was yours?
The only movie I ever walked out of was Ultraviolet.
Really?
Yeah, with Mila Jovovich
Yeah,
or whatever.
Jojo
Jojo
Jovovich.
bitch. Yo, Milos Jojo bitch.
Yo, your movie wasn't that great.
You mean
And,
Aeon Flux, the prequel to Aeon Flux?
Yeah, dude. And there was a reason that I saw it too, and I'm trying to remember who directed it because that was the reason I wanted to see it was like
Yeah.
because I liked the director.
Was it someone like that? Like it wasn't like I wanted to say like Terry Gilliam or something like that.
No, it was. Zudu directed Equilibrium, so I was like, I
Oh,
fucking
okay.
love Equilibrium.
I never
Yeah.
watched.
This
Equilibrium.
is like, oh,
It's on
dude,
Netflix
Equilibrium's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I
dude.
gotta watch
Yeah,
that.
you gotta watch
Okay.
it. It's fucking Christian Bale before everybody like started jizzing on Christian
Right.
Bale.
Guns Karate, the
Yeah.
movie.
Guns Karate. I
Yeah.
love Guns Karate.
Dude, it's cool as shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Christian Bale, isn't it? Right? Yeah,
He
he's
is.
the
Christian
main-
Bale and
Tay Diggs?
Tay Diggs, yeah.
Damn.
Yes, I
and
love Tay Diggs.
dude, Tay
Well,
Diggs
you
is
love
pretty
Tay
sweet.
Diggs' body.
Yeah, against your hot body.
You're like, if I could just take Maxwell's body for that fucking video.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking
dude. Was that Maxwell or
Yeah.
D'Angelo?
D'Angelo. That's
Oh,
it.
like with the second, he's got
With
the
the
hip
hip
fucking
yeah.
six
He's got the
lines.
V that's like
Yeah,
where it cuts
man.
off. Dude,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Yep.
No, but I like loved Equilibrium. I was like, oh man, Equilibrium's such a
Mm-hmm.
great fucking movie. This is like his big movie. He's got fucking Resident Evil chick in it. How bad could it be? And dude, we were sitting there and it was just fucking awful.
I've seen that movie and I don't remember a single thing that happens.
It's
in that
about
movie.
vampires or some shit.
Is it really?
Yeah, they have like a disease or something, right?
Yeah,
they have like
dude, I don't
Get
really
the fuck
know.
out. This is about
Yeah.
vampires?
There was some
Yeah,
cool.
ultraviolet light kills him.
yeah.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't get
think-
that from the trailers ever.
I've seen it. I don't remember anything
Wow.
about it. I'm serious.
Wait,
Wow.
hold on a second.
Wait up.
Wait up,
did
hold
this
up.
guy
Hold a minute.
fucking? Oh, dude, it said he did. Kurt Warner did Total Recall, and I was like, what? No,
Kurt
he just
Warner,
fucking
the
wrote- he
football
wrote it.
player.
Yep, Kurt
No, he
Warner.
worked at an Acme.
Well, he wrote it.
Kurt Wimmer, that's his name.
Wimmer.
Oh, well, he wrote.
He wrote
The new one?
The new one, yeah.
I hear
yeah.
that shit's awesome.
Dude, that movie's fucking truth, man.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
Aside from the science and the gravity, not
I don't
so
care
much,
about that.
But I walked out of Ultraviolet. Also, there was like all these like audio problems.
Oh,
Like the speakers kept cutting out, and I was
That
like,
sucks.
"Fuck it." I probably could tolerate this movie,
yeah.
but because like there's like a technical thing, I was just like, "Fuck it, I don't give a shit anymore."
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, there's nothing worse than technical audio
Unacceptable.
problems. Audio problems are the
Unacceptable.
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of walking out of a movie, I went to see Lincoln, and these two people were so jazzed that
shit.
they got to sit in the handicap area,
Right.
and then
Oh no.
handicap dude came in
Oh,
in a
no.
wheelchair,
Dude.
and I was like, "Boom, bitch, karma."
That's
one of those
Larry
moments-
David moment
Yeah,
right there.
I was just
dude.
gonna say that's one of those moments. That's like when someone's speeding and being an asshole
Yep.
around you, and you see them get pulled
Get
over, and you're like,
yep.
yeah.
Like it was this older couple, and they're like, "We get to sit in the handicap." And this dude comes wheeling in. I'm like, "Yeah."
Squeakiest wheel. So good. Hey.
Yeah, my spot.
Is this my seat? I guess it is. He's talking about his own wheelchair.
Oh my god.
Man.
What about you?
Yeah.
The movie that I walked, the one that first came to mind, and I'll say it first, being John Malkovich.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay?
yeah?
Okay.
I like the movie. I've watched it again, and I really like it. It's a dark movie, and it's a little depressing at
Right.
times.
right.
I'm going to blame this on the girl that I was dating at the time and say
Yeah.
that she sucked and she wanted to leave the movie. The part that we walked out on was when it was Cameron Diaz, right?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
stuck in the cage instead of the monkey when he's like keeping her in the cage. And
Yeah.
I think the girl that I was dating was like super like feminist, like
Oh,
liberal,
yeah.
and she's like, I can't watch this. And I was like,
Oh man.
get the fuck out of
So
here.
did you
We're like,
not have sex after
Oh
watching
yeah,
it?
I was.
You didn't walk out to have sex.
No, mine wasn't for sex. And I remember walking out of it, and I was like, I was young enough that I was like, man, I don't give a fuck, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't give a shit.
Right.
But then years later, I saw it, and I was like, damn, I walked out on that shit.
Yeah.
I was
you
like,
coulda-
fuck me, man, that sucks.
Dude, I got a story like that. First time I saw Rushmore,
Yeah.
I like the previews were like the funniest movie ever.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be like Happy Gilmore, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
I'm like 13 at the time too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I go and see Rushmore, and I was like, man, there's one joke in that movie, and it's these are OR scrubs. Oh, are they? And
Yeah.
that was it. That was the only part I laughed at. And then now looking back, I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking little idiot I was.
And you realized that was the worst joke in
the
the movie.
worst joke in the movie, and I was like I hyped it and reveled it. Like that was what I based my like decision to go see it off of from that fucking joke in the trailer. I was like, what a little ass fuck, man.
Yeah.
Why did I act like that? as a
Yeah.
kid?
15-year-old Nick Murphy sucked dick.
Dude, time travel and punch myself in the face, man. Fucking ridiculous.
What about you, Luke?
I'm trying to find the name of it. It was so bad I can't remember what it was called.
Well, give us the.
Okay, so
Lord of the Rings.
It came out like I was home from school, and the old like non-indie movie theater changed ownership and became an indie movie theater.
Right.
Okay.
And like it was maybe the year after Requiem for a Dream came out, when everybody who was in college at that time was like, I love fucking indie movies now, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
I was one of those guys. So I went down to this thing, and they had like this one movie that looked kind of cool.
Who was
And it
that?
was something like there was nobody in it. It was a fucking shitty indie movie.
Nobody was in it. What a terrible
Yeah,
movie.
so
No
what
wonder
it
it
was
was
a
walked
bad
out.
movie.
Lol, lol, lol. But
Was it by Andy Warhol? Was it the one where he
it was
filmed the
like
building for a day?
It was like
something like
Kodiaski or
to
whatever.
do with like the end of the
Yeah.
world, or like. But this guy like goes to Vegas and like hires a stripper,
Right.
and then like something is supposed to happen.
Was it Brown Bunny?
No,
No.
But-
That's a good ass movie.
something
Not
was
really,
supposed
but
to
yeah.
happen, but I don't know what happened because the sound
That
cut
this
out.
sounds familiar.
So I didn't know that the sound cut out. I thought it was like
It's supposed to be like that.
the guy was like trying
What
to
a
be
daring
fucking,
move. They cut all the sound out.
Well, because it was like
Luke
during,
just stands up and he's like,
Collabs.
look. To be fair, it was during a horrifying rape scene. So I thought, I thought they were
That's
cutting
actually
the
kinda nice.
sound on
That's
purpose. And
actually disturbing.
I like sat through it and like had to watch this, and then I was like, and then they get back to after the rape scene, and
then-
like people's mouths are moving in another
Oh,
scene, and
damn.
nothing's happening, and I was just like, well,
No, what they were trying to say was after you've been raped, the whole world becomes deaf to your
You're
cries.
numb.
look, I'm
yeah.
not playing down.
Def Sim the
I'm
movie.
not saying like rape is cool
Of course not.
at all.
No one would
by
ever
this
say
statement.
that.
I can make a deaf joke because this is an audio podcast.
Thank you for listening to the ContinueCast. Our theme music is written and performed by Chris Connolly, aka DataCats. Check out his Facebook page at facebook.com/datacats. The ContinueCast is produced by Paul Ritchey, Nick Murphy, Josh Henderson, and our special guest, Luke Brown. Email us at continuepodcast@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/ContinueShow, and follow us on Twitter at ContinueShow.